Hi, my name is Shin-Young Park. I'm a Korean artist. I was born in Seoul. My family moved to New Zealand, Auckland in 1991. Went to high school, university. I studied fine arts, major in printmaking, and I also did my master's degree in Auckland. In 2006, I moved to Singapore. My artwork is based on social issues and political situations happening around the world. And the very first time I studied this kind of theme was in 2002 when New Zealand Herald, the newspaper, they published an article about Korea, and they actually published something incorrect information about Korea. It said Koreans' favorite foods are a dog, a seahorse, snake, and octopus. So I was very angry. I was first year of master's degree, and I had to call the New Zealand Herald to complain, and that's when I decided to make artwork based on racism and personal experience as a minority, and that's how I studied the whole series of the work based on social issues. There's one particular work that I love the most. It's called Yellow. When you look at the work at first glance, you only see the word yellow in yellow paint. But when you walk around the work and see it from the certain angle, you start to see the canvas is not empty. They are filled with something in it. So when you look closer, I actually printed the white canvas with the word white in white paint. So you can't really see it. It's only you can see it from the certain angle. What people see from me is just the color, like Asian woman. But they don't realize that I'm part of the society and I'm one of I'm a New Zealand citizen. So I like this work very much because it looks simple, chic, empty, but it has a very powerful message that people only judge each other from the cover of the book. But when you try to see the issue from different angle, you see whole different stories. That's where they realize that I am part of the society and I'm part of New Zealand. This is another work based on word find. So the words are hidden among all these letters. Okay, when you look at the word, you can see words like confusion, fraud, insult, destruction, hopeless. So all the negative words are around this in circle. But when you look closer, there are words printed in the lighter ink, such as faith, hope, and love. So these are the three words from Bible. What I was trying to say is, right now there are a lot of things happening in the world which is mostly negative. But there are ways that we can get over these situations. Love, faith, and hope. So this work is based on what's happening right now in the current situation. This series of work based on word find is actually the tools that I use to improve my English, finding the words, letters, and stuff. It reflects my character because it takes a lot of time, very tedious process, very precise. I have to find a lot of words and display them, arrange them to the point that everything works out, it makes sense. So there's a lot of mistakes I made, a lot of times that I have to redo from the beginning. So even though it looks simple and neat, but it takes a lot of time and effort to create such work. Okay, save, faith, inferiority, self-doubt, lavishness, overconsumption, pretentious, ostentation. This is one of my favorite work as well. This is called Label Me, so it also talks about me. You will find out why. So when you look at this work, you see endless names of luxury branded goods like Yves Saint Laurent, Missoni, Sisley, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, Bali, Chopard, and so on. So everything is just a word of the brand's names. But when you look closer, so you can see save face, vanity, pretentious. The words that's hidden behind you cannot really find unless you look close. So it talks about why we buy such product. They call it conspicuous consumption. They buy to show off to others about their status and who I am. So the work is based on Louis Vuitton's, I think, multicolor design. So it looked like Louis Vuitton as well. So yeah, I found this work is quite meaningful and fun to look at. And I also made it into a scarf so that you can wear it as well.
She has a lot of ideas, and these ideas are not very difficult, for the audience to understand, because actually in our lives, for example, like me, a Korean living in Singapore, definitely we have common issues that we are having and we have had before. So that's why it was very easy to connect with her and her thoughts and her perspective and how she sees Singapore as a foreigner. So that's why I really love her ideas and her perspective towards art.
So when I moved to Singapore in 2006, everything was different. I was no longer second-class citizen. I could blend into the society very naturally. So I was quite happy for a while. I did different kind of work. I was more interested in the Singapore cultures, how Western influence and an Asian influence coexist together in this country. So I was working on that series for a while. But after a while, because my personal interest in social issues, my focus changed to these kind of areas like foreign workers living in Singapore, and even bigger issues like sustainability and things like that. So it moved not so personal, but towards more bigger issues around us. When I look back my 20s, that was the most chaotic and confusing period. You don't know what you want. You don't know where you're going. You don't even know who you are, what you are good at. If I look back, that's the period when I tried to copy others and also worry about what people would think of my work, how they're gonna judge me, how they're gonna criticize my work. So I worry about other people's more than myself, because yourself is not so defined. So you worry about others mostly. Even though that time is when I want to erase from my memories, but it was a very important period. When you look a bigger picture, it made me who I am right now, and all the mistakes and things that I went through, it became a strong foundation of who I am now. So I'm very grateful for that I made it through my 20s. At this moment, I'm in the stage where I need to go to the next level. So I'm struggling also to come up with some ideas what to do next. So one of the ideas I just vaguely have right now is what if I do a collaboration with non-artist people? Like, let's say I make an artwork with doctors or chef or construction workers even. Yeah, because I like to work with someone. I've been working alone for the last 30 years. So I think it would be quite fun to even work with young people or non-art related people and see what kind of work I can come up with. Such a liar.
네, 수고하셨습니다. 네, 안녕.